Don't ever take a simple no for an answer. You know, if you believe in something and you really feel like it's a good, healthy decision, then don't let other people's misfortunes and misguided opinions influence yours. I can say that we've met some really amazing people just on this tour alone that have come to us and said, you know, we heard your music and it stopped me from being depressed or cutting myself.
Yeah, that was. I just got a letter.
Yeah.
From a girl, and yeah, she said, you know, that she was doing self-harming a lot, which is pretty common among teenagers. And I can't relate because I never got to that point. I definitely had depression when I was a teenager, but it was never to that point. So yeah, and she wrote me a letter and said that she was cutting and that this century kind of helped her out of that rut. She came to a show and a while back, we were on an acoustic tour and told me that she was doing that, and I made her promise that she wouldn't do that anymore. And she said that, you know, she just listens to this century when she feels like cutting, and she hasn't done it since. That kind of stuff makes it just totally worth it.
Yeah, it's the power of music, the power of putting out positive music. You can get that back in a different way, and it definitely hits you in a crazy way.
We will spend however long we need to and try and meet every single fan that we can, because we know that's a big part, especially with our demographic. We know that it's important for them to talk to bands, and you know, if it's, again, like if it's a girl who's depressed and maybe she just needs that, you know, so we like to be there.
We had a really, we're very fortunate. I mean, my dad was a guitarist and he was in a lot of bands, and he had toured before, he had done music in that way, and my mom had played piano in bars and stuff like that, and we always had a lot of musical members in our family. My Nana, she was a singer, and so it was an easy transition, I think, because there was that relatability, that idea that they understood where we were coming from with it, and it wasn't just this like weird, you know, offshoot of a hobby. It was something that we actually were passionate about and really wanted to do and pursue. So.
Yeah, my family as well, all of our families, Ryan's family too, very musical. My mother is a piano voice teacher. I played piano from an early age. My dad played trumpet and he sings, and he was a radio DJ. My brother and sister, they both sing. Yeah, and my parents have been amazingly supportive as well. They actually switched me to an art school so that I could pursue music as a career. So everyone has their concerns as family. They're like, well, are you sure you don't want to go to college, or, you know, but they were supportive. I guess maybe it was more my first high school. I had a lot of doubt coming from teachers. They actually thought, like, there were some teachers who I'm pretty sure thought I was ruining my life, like I was just completely throwing my future out the window, and that was kind of upsetting, but you know, that's just more fuel to prove them wrong.
I think it's just a bit of a different struggle. I think that there's like the societal struggle that everyone kind of, you know, views, that you kind of, like, for instance, I went to college for almost 5 years, and I mean, there are members of my family that I think definitely saw it as like, oh, you know, maybe he'll grow out of this, or maybe this is something that will be not the plan A, but the plan B, you know, and I think it took a lot of convincing. I think there's a lot of, you know, being in the position where we just wanted to be like, I wanted to prove that it was the plan A, you know. I think that's how you have to kind of view it. If you really love it and you really want it that badly and you're really passionate about it, I think you have to kind of view it as, this is plan A. Not a big fan of the ketchup.
They got Burger King poutine, so that doesn't count.
No, I had real poutine the other day. Oh yeah, it was awesome. I'm not a big fan of the ketchup chips. I'm not a huge fan of ketchup.
I liked the ketchup chips.
So yeah, I love the milk bags.
Yeah, milk bags.
I'm all about the milk bags.
Those are great too.
Very into the milk bags.
Hello, I'm Joel.
I'm Sean.
We are This Century. We're here with Hidden City Sounds. Do what you love.
Punch a baby or kick a baby.
Punch a baby or kick a baby?
Well, I'll tell you.
Goodness.
I'll tell you.
I hope it never gets to that point.
If it got to that point, I would prefer to punch, I think.
Yeah, I think that my kick is a lot stronger than my
punch. That's what I'm saying. I think if I punched it, they know what's going on, but they wouldn't feel like they would live through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch that baby, but I'm gonna punch it in like the foot so it doesn't like. I'm not
gonna
trying
foot
to
punch the baby.
This is terrible. Who's making me punch this baby?